My brother and I would skip church on Sunday mornings to watch Star Blazers, and that became kind of our religion. My name is Gavin Hignight. My job is anime. The journey towards working in anime started at a very young age. I've always been a fan. I grew up on anime thanks to an older brother of mine. We grew up in Colorado, and at a very young age, we were just hooked. Laputa and Nausicaa are embedded in my DNA. It's a lifelong kind of passion and a lifelong fandom that somehow became reality, which I still pinch myself, when I think about the fact that I'm working in anime. You could kind of say that the Netflix series Transformers War for Cybertron was anime adjacent, and so that was kind of an entry point. At the same time, I had been speaking with Netflix about other projects that could come up, and John Diderian, who is at Netflix, he kind of threw a title at me. He said, "What about Tekken?" And doing an anime, for one, was like incredibly exciting, and two, a martial arts anime. That really appealed, and so I really worked for it. I really put down a pitch on my take of the series, and John and the folks at Netflix liked it, and it went back to the game company, and they liked it, and we were kind of off to the races. And I'm really proud of Tekken. The kind of hybrid style that we had come up with, the very dramatic tones, I really got to start writing the type of stuff that I grew up on, that I loved, which was sophisticated. It was anime. It was animated, yes, but it was told for adults, it was told for teens and younger audiences. So yeah, Tekken really kind of was my first true anime. Getting to work in Japan, or with Japan, on projects like Tekken and Gundam, it's an absolute dream come true. Pinch me, am I dreaming kind of projects. Gundam especially, it's just so incredible to be able to add my characters, my choices, my take into the legacy which is Gundam, and I'll be forever thankful for it. I mean, if you're to ask me, hey Gavin, are there any anime you would like to do? It's a long list. There's so many properties, and original ideas that I would love to pitch around. But one that always comes to mind that I've daydreamed about, kind of what would it be like now? I would love to reinterpret Dirty Pair. I loved that series growing up. I think that kind of a fresh, a modern take on it, really respecting where it comes from and what it is, because it was a great, series, great OVAs. But I would love to explore Dirty Pair with, a new series. The list is long. There's so many titles, but yeah, that's one. You might have noticed that I'm surrounded by toys. I'm like a professional nerd. I've just grown up, or actually I've not grown up. That's kind of the point. It's very cool to have been I'm a lifelong fan of anime, but I'm a lifelong toy collector. And at some point, I'm getting to grab toys of characters that I've created or characters I've added a voice to. I have Transformers in my collection that are from episodes I wrote of War for Cybertron. I have versions of some of my take on Marvel characters from some of those shows. That's pretty cool. And then now, flash forward to 2024, and I'm getting my own Gundam. I mean, come on. The 14-year-old that I left back in Colorado all those years ago would know now, he's going to get to go into a store and buy a Gundam from a series that he wrote. It'd blow his mind. So yeah, big toy collector. I write the shows. I hopefully get paid for writing the shows, and then I go spend money on the toys from the shows and put the money back in. So it's a big cycle. People will ask me, how do you do this? How is it possible? How can I do it? And there's no one set way to getting into any kind of media writing. There's no prearranged path, but there are some things you can always do so you're ready if the moment comes. I would say in anime specifically, if you love anime, you need anime spec scripts. You know, pick a show that you love and write an 11-minute version or a 22-minute version. Or, you know, come up with your own anime-like series, a pilot. Because you want to be able to convey, if the moment comes and you meet the right people, I've been thinking how to approach this. You know, I've been putting time in on how to tell a story in this manner. I would say the other, this might just be life advice in general for any industry, or especially in entertainment and working with artists, but I would say that as an American, or say someone outside of Japan who wants to work, really temper your professionalism. We've gotten pretty casual in the US and in some ways, you know, a little rough around the edges. And Japan is a very professional culture. You know, we should be unique voices in that environment and bring new things and new ideas, but respect, you know, the old IPs and approaches and stuff. So you know how to give a fresh take on something that may have come that, you know, you've been a fan of for years and years. For all of my friends out there and all of my fellow fanboys and fangirls and fans, I grew up loving anime. I grew up loving the storytelling and the worlds and the characters, and the idea of me getting to work in that industry, it didn't seem like a reality. And I think with anime becoming so popular worldwide, and with streaming services working the way they do and relationships opening up between countries, things are different. You know, doors are opening, and it's an amazing time for creators who love anime. We've never had opportunities like this. We've never had doors start to open, but you do have to work really hard on your craft, and you have to be ready for when a moment comes. Write what you love. If it's anime, then write a spec of anime that you love, because you never know when fate might put you in front of someone who might actually read it.